I think this is gonna be the last one. So basically, this is a wrap up of my semester. Yeah, this random ass Hallmark movie is on, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on because she's crying. I don't really care. Like, it's just in the background. Like, I don't watch a lot of like TV anymore, and I probably should, because being exposed to like television does like inform your writing, and it can inform your writing. Also, pause and like another tangent, because I'm such a tangent type person. I'm interested in playwriting and screenwriting, and so I'm going to be looking into opportunities to like flesh that out a little bit more. I'm in a program that doesn't offer that. They offer like 3 tracks, like memoir, which is like well, it's memoir, so kind of like creative nonfiction, um, fiction, and then poetry. But because the semester kind of has changed me a little bit, I'm interested in multi-genre writing. And so that is something I'm interested in like exploring. So we'll see how that goes. I want to kind of get that off the ground at some point and find like a random opportunity, or even like just an online class or something. Another thing I'm interested in is game writing. Like video game writing, like the narrative writing. Interestingly enough, someone from the program, I think they graduated like a decade ago, but they became like a narrative writer for like a company. And so exploring that, and broadening my horizons of what like I can do with this degree, because thesis year will be here before you know it, and then like I'll be looking for a job like, oh, what skills do I have, you know? So I'm trying to like spread far and wide what I am doing. And being the little animist that I am, everything is connected. Even shit I don't want to be connected. It's all connected. So I kind of feel like anything that I do regarding writing, or just anything in fucking general, will inform my writing, whether it's poetry or not. But into this multi-genre-ness, basically this semester was very interesting. So I had 3 classes, which I feel like it's kind of the max that you should do as a grad student. I think 3 is enough. It's enough. Most of the people I know are taking 2. I'm really gunning for the door at 3 years. I think 4 years, 3.5 is doable, but 4 years, I just really, like, no thanks. I just think that after a while, like, you kind of get the itch of like, I need to get out. I need to get the fuck out. So I don't want to be that like person. And I'm very big on like, if the degree is in 4 years, it's 4 years. If it's in 3 years, it's in 3 years. If it's 2 years, it's 2 years. And I don't know, in my mind, I don't deviate from that. The only one I was going to deviate from is like another opportunity. And even then, I'm just like, it's traditionally just 3 years. Let's just do that. So, yeah, there's that. So this semester I took 3 courses. One was a literary seminar course, and then one was a typography design course. The other was a book arts course. So the book arts course, we'll start with that, is the most physical one, making physical books, learning how to stitch books. My books were terrible. I turned it in. Homegirl is going to be shocked when she looks at it, because she's like, girl, I wrote you a recommendation and this is what you fucking sent me. And I'm like, I didn't even finish all the assignments, but I was ready to get done because I was getting frustrated with it. But it showed me that like book arts is its own world. Like book publishing it's a large thing, but book arts in specific is like a good niche that you may want to consider going down. Particularly if you're an author or, artist or whatever, and you want to make like niche things, and you want to make limited collection things, limited edition things, and you want to get craftsy, and you feel like, the book has to follow a certain aesthetic to market, but there could be this other way that you can express your creativity. You can explore the motifs, you can add texture, you can do all this other stuff. So there's that. What else? So book arts was cool. I anticipate a B, maybe B minus in that course. I'm not gonna lie. I don't anticipate getting an A in that course. I really don't anticipate really getting A's. Maybe the type design course, but I anticipate like B's and an A. And that's fine with me. Hopefully I don't get like C's and like fail or something. But yeah, so that's book arts. I'm gonna take a break from that because it became frustrating at the end, especially trying to do the stitches, because my stitches were just not working out, and I kind of got frustrated because I realized I'm not always audio visual, meaning I don't necessarily learn through video, particularly because video is like you're trying to follow along, then like if you miss something you have to play it back, and then like yeah, you can change the speed to like have time or speed it up, but there's always like this physical being taken out of workness, right? Like this kind of like stop and start type thing when it comes to that. Versus for me, I feel like reading doesn't disrupt me stop and start so much. So I kind of feel like I need to get written instructions on these things as opposed to like watching videos, and I might do better. I also just couldn't see what people were doing in the videos for the most part. Like it just felt like they were just so far away, and I need one of them little cameras that be like right up on whatever the fuck they doing, like the microscopic ones, like something like that, like right there looking at the stitch as you making it, right there, not like your hands in the way and shit. No, right there where the thread is. I need to see what loop you're trying to do, because I was getting frustrated because I felt like I could not see. Even if I made it larger, it just felt like the shit was like so pixelated and blurry. And it's like, I know you made this shit in like 2021. Like I know it should be like pretty recent. Why is this so like blurry? Let me get the stuff that I made for this class. Hold on. Girl, I lied. I'm not gonna find that shit today. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't give a shit. I'll probably come back and do like a video about that, because going into my second class, my type and design class, where I learned about typography and design on the InDesign part. So like what you actually do to make a book that you send off to print, right? Making a cover, developing a spine, formatting it, like all of that kind of stuff that you need for that. That became really like interesting. It was like a pain in the ass to like deal with Lulu. But then again, I also waited a lot. Another thing like that grinds my gears, or I have a gripe with, is like Adobe InDesign. How like things don't switch over, like, and the versions, like you can't convert between stuff. Like sometimes, like it was very frustrating on the technical part, because I would be doing something at home and I would upload the file to the Canvas. We use Canvas. A lot of universities use Canvas. I would try to like upload shit, and then like I felt like when I went to go download it at the school, I was missing like fonts, and I would have to like re-download stuff or redo stuff, and I was just like frustrated because it's like I did this fucking work at home, and I don't want to have to come to class and have to do this all over. Like, and that's what it felt like I ended up doing, like whole assignments like over, because I would go to school and it wouldn't work. The document wouldn't open, or I had to start over, or the fonts wouldn't carry over. But then the font, it wasn't replaceable on there, and I would have to download it on that computer. And it was like the different versions just don't talk to each other in a way that I'm just like, I feel like it's 2024 going into 2025. You already have 2025 as a version out, because I have like it shows up on my computer. Like you need to get it together. Like they need to be able to talk to each other. 2023 and 2025 should not be that far different, that like I can go from one computer to the next and like have these drastically different experiences. That was like a very big annoyance for the class. The teacher, lovely, nice, great, helpful, you know, but it's the software that kind of pissed me off. So there's that. But we sent it off to Lulu. Books are very cheap through Lulu to produce. The timeline is kind of, whatever. Although it was like pretty much like a week to 10 days for most people, I think. For me, because I sent it off like literally like kind of the week before Thanksgiving, my production ended up being delayed, but my teacher like has since gotten it. So they're gonna like put it up for me to collect it at the university, and then like I'll show you guys kind of my projects going forward. Anyway, so yeah, like that was really fun. We also designed posters in that course, and cover designs. And so she would like mention this when we were going over our final like posters, that like my aesthetic and voice, I guess, as a designer is pretty like strong or cohesive. There's an aesthetic that I have, and it's very true. I try to be like, I feel like I'm a very minimal kind of person. One of the exercises that we had to do was to write like a bunch of words, because the last project was a poster and we needed to come up with words to kind of describe the feel of what we're going for. And it's like you could choose to do the poster for yourself as an author, like having an author's talk, or an author that you wanted, to have an author's talk. So I chose myself, and I wrote a bunch of words about things that are like me, but also my aesthetic and my vision, and kind of like a vocabulary mood board, so to speak. And one of the words that I think come up a lot, or words, would be intuitive, ethereal, surreal, whimsical, like passionate type things. And so I kind of do have a certain aesthetic. If you see my Pinterest, you would know I have a very wide, broad aesthetic, but I think you can get the core of like who I would be based on like what you see. So I'm really excited about that. Hopefully I can get it by next week, and I'll show you guys all that kind of stuff, because I do have some projects from my book art class that I want to show you and talk about those. But going back on that, we learned about different book designs, like different stitches, and like accordion, kettle stitch, long stitch, Japanese stab stitch, all of those things. And so I'll be incorporating that at some point. I'm just exhausted and it was frustrating to me, so I just don't want to do it right now. So yeah. The last course that I took was a literary seminar course, and so we explored kind of like every genre that we offer at the university. So we did the memoir, we did the fiction, we did the poetry. We started the poetry with Ada Limon and Dennis Smith. So that was the first two things. I mean, I liked both, but I will say I didn't like poetry as much as I liked short stories. So short stories kind of like snuck in there a little bit. And I know that it deviates a little bit from fiction because of its length. So we had poetry, then we had short stories, then we had like memoir, and then we had fiction. So we ended with fiction. So the short stories, the one that I remember the most, the author I remember the most, is Tobias Wolff, and I really enjoyed Bullet in the Brain. That was a really nice story, very short, but really nice, and very well written, just very exact. And like I had a lot to say in that class, and I normally don't like talking in class, to be honest. I like to just listen, but I had a lot to say about that because I really enjoyed reading his work. I just felt like if I were to be a short story writer, I would want to write about not necessarily the topics, but write about like topics in such a way that I feel like left an impression. Obviously, I'm talking about this person like a lot, so it left an impression on me. We went to memoir with A Cup of Water Under My Bed. cup of water on my bed. And so I liked memoir. I didn't particularly like her memoir. But I understood like its importance, and I understood like narrative and voice and memory and how it works. Like she just isn't the person for me specifically. I'm gonna read Crying at H Mart at some point because I kind of feel like that may be more my lane. Also it deals with like grief, and so that like that's a period of life that I've like kind of come into and kind of slowly made my way to the exit with what else? So yeah, and then we finished with Salvage the Bones by Jesmyn Ward, and that was really cool. Very nice how she wove like mythology, like Greek mythology. Is it Greek mythology? I think so. Or is it Roman mythology? Yeah, Greek mythology. Okay, yeah, because Medusa. All right, cool. Greek mythology with like Hurricane Katrina. So it's like the convergence. It's not like a on the nose kind of like Greek retelling of that, but it's like a little bit of like the archetype of that, of Medusa, woven into like the events of like before Katrina and after, and then like the family that like the centers on, and like the ancillary characters that it focuses on. Anyway, so yeah, that course was really cool. Got exposed to some really nice like writers, poets, authors, short story, you know, memoirists, essayists. And then we like wrote, and I really enjoyed writing because I ended up writing a short story that I want to develop. I also wrote like a few small memoir pieces, and I'm exploring the idea of writing like more short pieces of memoir, and kind of seeing where that takes me. And that course made me multi-genre because I ended up this semester getting published twice. Once for poetry, like all of my stuff was poetry. The second one this year has been 2 poems and 1 like microfiction piece, which I submitted somewhere else and was rejected, and then I submitted it to another place along with 2 poems, and I got selected, and I was like, woo! So yeah, there's that. Other things that have happened this semester, I applied to be a playwright, didn't get it. I just got the rejection this like past week or whatever, but I might go to the Mixer to just kind of like talk to people and then like see if I can like learn how to make plays, like weasel my way in there. And yeah, like that's pretty cool. Other than that, the semester's pretty good. I'm gonna like show you guys what I made, but I think I'll probably just wait until I get like most of the stuff back. That way I can show you and like talk to you about it and critique it and give my advice and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so that's how the semester went. Gearing up to be a poetry reader again. Oh, the TA thing. TA, I think it's a GA, which is graduate assistant, not TA, teaching assistant. Graduate assistant type thing. So that that wrapped up. So I did some back end for like the publication, like trying to work with like WordPress and stuff like that. It was like terrible, submittable, messing it up. But I learned some valuable stuff about like mastheads and how like complicated it can be. And so it gave me a foray into it and wanting to start my own journal. It'll help. Anyway, next semester, still taking 3. I'm taking an advanced writing course. So I'll probably be writing across genre again and reading across genre again. I'm taking a teaching writing, and then I'm taking a creating the journal, which I think is creating the print version of the second what is it called? The second journal that we have. We have 2 journals that we publish at. So, yeah. Well, technically 3, really. But 2 are like the main ones. But I think we'll be working on the spring publication, and it'll be, I think, in print. So looking forward to that. And then some other fellowship opportunities I've applied for and kept my eye out for. And so yeah, so that was the semester. Proud of myself, pat myself on the back. Have I passed? Let's hope so. 2 of the 3 I kind of feel like I passed. The third one is up in the book arts one is up in the air. I swear to God, it's up in the air. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.